the audited accounts, right? We are still operating with 22, 23.
Yeah.
So is it a question of no one has seen the need of amending that clause to say perhaps it is for the last financial year? Because now when you say the last financial year, it is immediate, you know what I mean? So it is a question of perhaps then the Council of Governors and other stakeholders, senators as well, pushing amendment of the law to say the last year's account, you know, the previous account, because then counties would be rightfully being given that which belongs to them. But that notwithstanding, then who's to blame here? Or is it by design that we choose to overlook that aspect?
Dennis, the challenge that exists is the capacity of who is going through the last audited accounts. You see, there is last financial year's accounts, and there is a last audited accounts.
Yes.
And that is what the law says. That's what the law expects, that you engage with the last audited accounts. And we have a whole unit. We have within Parliament what is called the Parliamentary Audit Office. That also sits within the Parliamentary Budget Office. We have the Office of the Auditor General that is properly capacitated and has done its work effectively. So much so that even if we were to go by the last audited accounts, we would have them 2026, 2027, because the Auditor General has done her work effectively. The challenge is that these reports are received at Bunge. You understand? Now, the capacity of Parliament, in my view, is where the challenge sits. So that when you have all these committees that are supposed to go through these audited reports, what is this thing that is holding them, that is making them unable to execute and dispense of their responsibility? And so if we can be able to probably review that particular process, and if there is a need for an amendment, maybe have a mechanism that also allows other interested parties, so that parliamentary assessment of the audit report is not a necessity as a requirement for the budget process. Because as it is right now, the law expects that we sum our budget on the last audited accounts, which now, of course, is 4 years behind. I also know the kind of efforts that are going on to be able to fast-track this process, working with, of course, the National Treasury, the Auditor General, and the kind of capacity that is being boosted within these offices. But the challenge still rests within Parliament, so that if we can be able to have some sort of a boost or some sort of mioto inaongezwa kule bungeni for the committees that need to review these reports, then that is where the problem is. And you see, for parliamentarians who are also the budget, the ones who appropriate the budgets, it is in their interest that we are undertaking a retraction of the budget process based on where they are, and where they are is not in the citizens' interest. Remember that the people we are talking about have agencies or mechanisms like NGCDF, etc. They might not be interested so much in what the counties are losing, that therefore make it so hard for the county governments to deliver services to the people, because that is not a conversation that they want to have. Why? Because if you look at the NGCDF Act, for example, it is very, very clear what it needs to do. Infrastructure, security, emergencies. Those are the three main things, which of course are not what county governments in a much more deeper sense would be engaging in. So it would be of their very little interest to see that counties have money to be able to deliver services. Because again, there's a political equation here. There are parliamentarians, MP, National Assembly reps who want to be governors, who want to be senators, etc. Now, we have to get to a level where we agree that there is a point in time when you cease being a governor, you cease being a senator, you cease being that elected leader. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? One. Number two, when you ultimately retire and you go to the village, do you want to get to levels where there is no healthcare? Do you want to get to levels where there are no roads like what we are seeing right now? So it should be, and it must be, in my view, in the interest of every politician to ensure that what the law says works, and that everybody's hands is on deck to ensure that we give the best to Kenyans. So in short, therefore, again, political goodwill. There is no reason why parliamentarians should dilly-dally on reviewing the reports that are therefore supposed to be used to ensure that we have proper appropriation of budgets.
When are we going to have a stop?